There is an enemy that follows you everywhere. It knows your fears, your weaknesses, every one of your secrets. It attacks you when you're alone, when you're going to sleep, when you try something new. And worst of all, it lives inside you. Today you're going to discover how this invisible enemy has sabotaged your life for years, and more importantly, how to defeat it once and for all. Let me tell you an ancient story that perfectly illustrates this idea. Once upon a time, there was a brave samurai who had defeated hundreds of enemies on the battlefield. One day, he decided to visit a Zen master he had heard wonderful things about. He entered the temple in his shining armor and asked the master, "Master, explain to me what heaven is and what hell is." The Zen master looked him up and down and replied with contempt, "Explain it to you. To you. You're just a crude, ignorant warrior. I have no time to waste on someone like you." The samurai was enraged. No one had ever spoken to him like that. His face turned red, his hands trembled, and he drew his sword, ready to kill the master on the spot. At that precise moment, the master calmly pointed at him and said, "That is hell." The samurai froze. In a moment of absolute clarity, he understood. His anger, his wounded ego, his loss of control, that was hell. Not a distant place after death, but a mental state he had created himself. Ashamed and deeply moved, the samurai sheathed his sword and bowed respectfully before the master. And the master added softly, "And that is heaven." Do you grasp the depth of this teaching? The samurai didn't need to defeat any external demon. His true enemy was his own anger, his ego, his inability to control his reactions. In a matter of seconds, he created his own hell and then his own heaven. This is the first fundamental truth. You create your own suffering, not your circumstances, not other people. You. Your mind has a mechanism psychologists call negative self-talk, and Zen masters identified thousands of years ago as the monkey mind, that incessant voice that jumps from thought to thought, almost always focusing on the negative, on what could go wrong, on why you're not enough. Listen to what it sounds like. "I can't do this. Nothing ever works out for me. Everyone is better than me. They're definitely going to reject me. It's already too late for me. I don't deserve to be happy." Do you recognize some of these phrases? Of course you do. We've all thought them. But here's the problem. When you repeat something enough times, your brain starts to believe it as absolute truth. And when you deeply believe something, you act accordingly. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you believe you're going to fail, you won't even try with all your strength. And then, sure enough, you fail. And your mind says, "See? I was right." This is the vicious cycle that keeps millions of people trapped. But wait, because what I'm about to reveal now will completely change your perspective. It turns out there's a specific moment in your life when this inner enemy became stronger. A moment when this pattern of self-criticism and self-sabotage began to be etched into your mind. And most people never identify it. It's what I call the primary wound, and it's hidden in your past, controlling your present without you realizing it. Let me explain exactly how this works. We all come into this world as whole beings, full of curiosity, without fear of embarrassment, without shame. Look at a small child. They fall over and over again while learning to walk, but they never think, "I'm a failure," or "I'd better give up." They just try again. So what happened? When did we lose that innocence and that natural courage? The answer lies in what psychologists call childhood emotional wounds, and what Zen masters call mental conditioning. From a very young age, we start receiving messages from the outside world. Don't cry, strong kids don't cry. Why can't you be like your brother? You're too sensitive. Don't be stupid. You'll never amount to anything like that. These comments, often said without bad intentions by parents, teachers, or relatives, get deeply imprinted in our psyche, and we begin to create what's called the inner critic, a voice that repeats those judgments but now from the inside. Let me tell you another Zen story that illustrates this perfectly. One day, a farmer found an eagle's egg and placed it in a hen's nest. The eagle hatched alongside the chicks and grew up with them, believing it was a chicken. Throughout its life, the eagle clucked like a chicken, scratched the ground looking for worms, and barely flew a few feet off the ground, flapping its wings awkwardly like chickens do. One day, when it was old, it saw a magnificent eagle soaring gracefully through the sky. "What is that?" it asked. "That's an eagle, the king of birds," another chicken replied. "But don't think about it. We're chickens." And the eagle lived and died believing it was a chicken, because that was all it had ever known. Do you understand the tragedy of this story? The eagle always had the ability to fly high, to be free, to reach the mountains. But its conditioned mind, its limiting beliefs, told it that was impossible. And it believed them. Society, your past experiences, your emotional wounds have convinced you that you are less than what you truly are. They've told you that heaven isn't for you. And the worst enemy, your own mind, has accepted that narrative and repeats it over and over again. But here is the liberating truth I want you to understand in the deepest part of your being. Those limitations are not real. They are illusions. They are stories you've told yourself so many times that they've become believable. In Zen Buddhism, there is a concept called Shoshin, or beginner's mind. It's the ability to see things without prejudice, without the layers of conditioning we've accumulated. Imagine being able to see your life with completely fresh eyes, without all those beliefs about what you can or can't do. What would you try? What would you stop fearing? When you understand that your worst enemy is not an unchangeable force, but simply a set of learned mental patterns, something magical happens. You realize you can unlearn those patterns. And that's where your true liberation begins. Before continuing with the specific strategies to defeat this inner enemy, I want to ask you something. If this content is resonating with you, if you feel these words are touching something deep inside you, I invite you to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell. Here we share ancient wisdom and practical tools for personal transformation. Every week I upload content designed to help you find peace, clarity, and purpose in your life. Thousands of people are already part of this community of truth seekers. Join us. It's completely free, and I guarantee every video will bring you real value. Hit the subscribe button now, and let's continue this journey together. Now that we've identified the enemy and understand its origin, we need to learn its tactics, because this inner adversary is clever. It has specific strategies to keep you trapped. First weapon, ruthless self-criticism. This is probably its most powerful weapon. Your inner enemy never congratulates you, never gives you a break, never says, "You did well." Instead, it magnifies every mistake, every flaw, every failure. If you make a mistake at work, it doesn't say, "Everyone makes mistakes. You'll learn from this." It says, "You're incompetent. Everyone noticed. They're going to think you're a fraud." There's a Zen saying, "Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional." Here's the difference. Pain is the direct experience. You made a mistake. Suffering is the whole story you add. "I'm a failure. This always happens to me. I'll never improve." Your inner enemy is an expert at turning any small pain into enormous suffering. Second weapon, paralyzing perfectionism. This tactic is especially cruel. Your enemy tells you, if you can't do it perfectly, don't even try. The result, procrastination, inaction, missed opportunities. Zen masters have a concept called wabi-sabi, the beauty of imperfection. In the Japanese tea ceremony, for example, cups with small cracks or irregularities are valued, because true beauty lies there. In the authentic, the imperfect, the human. But your inner enemy rejects this wisdom. It demands absolute perfection. And since perfection is impossible, it keeps you perpetually dissatisfied, perpetually feeling inadequate. Third weapon, toxic comparison. In the age of social media, this weapon has become devastating. Your enemy constantly makes you look at what others have, what others achieve, what others seem to be. Look how happy that couple is. You'll never have that. Look at the success of that person your age. You're way behind. Everyone seems to have their life together except you. But here's the truth. You're comparing your messy inner world with the carefully curated outer image of others. It's a fundamentally unfair comparison. Zen Master Thich Nhat Hanh taught, walking peacefully is a miracle. Being alive is a miracle. When you understand this, you stop comparing. Fourth weapon, catastrophizing. Your inner enemy loves to project the worst possible scenario in any situation. You're about to give a presentation. You're going to forget everything, everyone will laugh, your career will be over. You meet someone new. They'll reject you, you'll look desperate, don't even try. You want to start a project. It'll fail, you'll waste time and money, everyone will say, I told you so. The reality is that 90% of the things we fear never happen. But that remaining 10% is enough for your enemy to paralyze you with fear. Fifth weapon, anchoring you to the past. This may be the most insidious of all. Your enemy uses your past mistakes as proof that you can't change. You already tried and failed. This is how you've always been, it's your nature. People don't change at your age. But Zen masters teach something profound. Every moment is completely new. The past no longer exists except in your mind. The future doesn't exist either. The only thing that's real is this present moment. And in this moment right now you have the power to choose who you want to be. An ancient Zen proverb says, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Your enemy wants you to believe it's too late, that you've missed your chance. But that's just another lie. Now we come to the most important part of this journey. How do we defeat this inner enemy? I'm going to share 7 proven strategies, based on Zen wisdom and validated by modern psychology. Strategy 1. The practice of non-judgmental observation. The first step is creating distance between you and your thoughts. In Zen, this is called developing the witness. When a negative thought appears, instead of automatically believing it, simply observe it. Say to yourself, oh, interesting. My mind is having the thought that I'm a failure. Do you notice the difference? You didn't say, I'm a failure. You said, my mind is having that thought. This creates a crucial separation. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness observing those thoughts. Practice this for 1 week. Every time your inner critic speaks, simply name it. There's my inner critic again, telling me I'm not enough. This simple act of non-judgmental observation takes power away from the enemy. Strategy 2. Socratic questioning. When your inner enemy makes an absolute statement about you, question it. Challenge it with specific questions. Thought. I always fail at everything. Question. Always? At everything? Is there not a single exception? Thought. Nobody appreciates me. Question. Nobody? Not a single person in my entire life has shown me appreciation. You'll discover that most of these thoughts are dramatic exaggerations. They don't hold up under logical scrutiny. Strategy 3. Self-compassion. This is probably the most powerful and most neglected tool. Ask yourself, how would you talk to a good friend who made the same mistake you did? Would you say the cruel things you say to yourself? Of course not. So why do you treat yourself worse than a friend? The Zen practice of metta, or loving kindness, always begins by directing it toward yourself. Repeat these phrases every morning. May I be free from suffering. May I find peace. May I treat myself with kindness. May I accept my imperfections. At first, it may feel artificial. But with repetition, something changes inside you. You begin to treat yourself as you deserve to be treated, with dignity and respect. Strategy 4. Imperfect action. The antidote to perfectionism is imperfect action. doing things knowing they won't be perfect and doing them anyway. In Zen, there's a concept called mushin, no mind. It's the state where you simply do, without the constant inner dialogue judging every move. Think about when you learned to ride a bike. At first, you thought about every movement, but at some point you just rode without thinking. That's mushin. Apply this to your goals. Instead of planning until everything is perfect, just take the first imperfect step. Then the next. And the next. Action dissolves fear far more effectively than thinking. Strategy 5. Gratitude as a shield. Your inner enemy thrives on negativity. It's its fuel. But there's one emotion that completely disarms it. Genuine gratitude. Every night before bed, write down 3 things you're grateful for that day. They don't have to be big things. For example, I'm grateful for the hot coffee this morning. I'm grateful that my body worked today. I'm grateful for that person's smile on the street. Gratitude trains your brain to look for the positive instead of the negative. Over time, it literally rewires the neural connections in your brain. Scientific studies confirm this. People who practice daily gratitude report greater well-being, better sleep, and fewer symptoms of depression. Strategy 6. The Zen Warrior Meditation. Dedicate 10 minutes each day to sitting in silence. Just observe your breath. When thoughts arise, and they will, don't fight them. Simply watch them pass like clouds in the sky. This practice has a specific purpose. It teaches you that you don't have to believe every thought that appears in your mind. Thoughts come and go. They are not commands. They are just mental events. Over time, you develop what Zen masters call equanimity, the ability to maintain inner peace no matter what storms happen outside or inside your mind. Strategy 7. Rebuilding the narrative. Your life is a story you tell yourself. And until now, your inner enemy has been the main narrator. It's time to take control of the narrative. Instead of, I'm someone who always fails, say, I'm someone who learns from experience. Instead of, I'm too old to change, say, I have the experience and wisdom to make better choices. Instead of, nobody loves me, say, I'm learning to love myself, and that attracts authentic love. I'm not talking about empty affirmations. I'm talking about consciously rewriting the story of who you are, based on real evidence, not the exaggerations of your inner critic. We've reached the end of this journey, but in truth, your real journey is just beginning. Let me leave you with one final Zen story. A student asked his master, Master, how long will it take me to reach enlightenment? The master replied, 10 years. The student thought that was a long time and asked, and if I practice very intensely, day and night? The master replied, then it will take you 20 years. Confused, the student asked, why longer if I try harder? And the master explained, because with one eye on the goal, you only have one eye for the path. The lesson is this: victory over your inner enemy is not a destination. It's a path. It's a daily practice. It's a way of living. Don't expect to defeat your inner critic once and for all. There will be days when its voice is louder. There will be moments of doubt. And that's okay. What matters is that now you have the tools. You know how to identify the enemy. You know its tactics. And you have proven strategies to disarm it. Every time you choose to observe your thoughts instead of blindly believing them, you win. Every time you treat yourself with compassion instead of cruelty, you win. Every time you act despite fear, you win. These small daily victories add up. And over time, you'll realize something extraordinary. The enemy's voice has grown weaker. It no longer controls you. It no longer defines you. And in its place, a new voice emerges. A wise, compassionate, courageous voice. Your true voice. Remember the words of Zen Master Shunryu Suzuki. You are perfect just as you are, and you could use a little improvement. This is the beautiful paradox of life. Fully accepting yourself exactly as you are in this moment while working to become the best version of yourself. You are not your worst enemy. You are your greatest ally. You are your own savior. You are the eagle that finally recognizes its true nature and dares to fly. If this video touched something inside you, if you feel these words arrived at the exact moment you needed to hear them, I ask you to do 3 things. First, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. Every week I share wisdom that can transform your life. Second, share this video with someone who needs it. We all know someone fighting their own inner enemy. Be the light that guides them toward the way out. And third, leave me a comment telling me, which of these strategies are you going to apply first? I'd love to hear about your process. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and that step is taken now. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your trust. Thank you for your courage in facing these truths. I'll see you in the next video. May you find peace. May you find clarity. May you find freedom. Namaste.